Hello everyone. Without hard work, nothing grows but weeds. With this motivational thought in mind, let's begin today's video. We will be doing questions of miscellaneous exercise of chapter 6. So the first question that comes up over here, as you can see, the question number 1 to 6, they say solve the inequalities from question number 1 to 6. It means we have to solve these inequalities the way we did in the first exercise, that was 6.1. But with a difference over here that we have the signs on both the sides, right? So this is how we will be solving. The first question I have written over here, 2 is less than equal to 3x minus 4, less than equal to 5. So if it is minus 4, it will go on both the sides of the inequality as plus 4, and we will write it like this. When it is 6, 3x less than equal to 9, we will divide by 3 on both the sides. Again, we'll get answer as 2 to 3, and since it is less than equal to sign in both the cases, so it will be 2 to 3 closed interval, right? So moving on to the next question. On the same lines, you will be doing question number 2. I'll do question number 3. So we have it as minus 3. So since it is minus 3 over here, now what we will do is, we will just see over here, minus 3, and it is 4 over here. So 4, I can move 4 to the other side. So I'll just write it as plus 4 it will be. So I'll just write minus 3 plus 4. If it goes to the goes to the other side, it will be minus 4. Then we will have our sign. Then it will be minus 3x upon minus 5. So this can be written as, this whole thing can be written as 3x upon 5. Minus and minus in the numerator and denominator will get cancelled. Then I'll have again my sign, and we will have it as 2 minus 4, right? Then further, if we solve, this will be minus 7, and we will have our sign, and now this will be 3x again upon 5, and we will have our sign, and this will be minus 2, right? Further, this 5 will go to both the side in multiplication, so we will have it as minus 7 into 5. Again, we'll have our sign, and this will be 3x. Again, we'll have our sign, and this will again be minus 2 into 5, right? So further, what we will do, we will just multiply. So it will be minus 35. So this will be minus 35. Our sign, we will have 3x, right? So like this, we will keep on solving. Then this will be minus 10, right? Now what I'll do, I'll divide by 3 on both the sides. So we will get this as minus 35 divided by 3. So we will get this as minus 35 divided by 3. Then we will have our sign, and this will be x. Then we will have our sign. Then this will be minus 10 divided by 3, right? So answer is minus 35 by 3 to minus 10 by 3. So if I want to write it in form of intervals, we can write it as minus 35 by 3, comma, minus 10 by 3. Like this. So this will be the final answer, right? So on the same lines, we can do the other question. This was the same line. I'll do question number 6 now. On the same lines, we can do 4. And 5th question can be done on the same lines as we did question number 3, right? So we will move on to question number 6. Now what it says, just see carefully. Since we have this 2 over here in the denominator, I can take it to both the sides and multiply. So I'll directly write it as 7 into 2. I'll have my sign over here, and we will have 3x plus 11, and we will have our sign, and 11 into 2 will give me 22, right? So then we have 11 in between, so I'll take it to both the sides and write it as minus 11, right? So this will be 14. So this will be over here 14 minus 11. Then we will have our sign, this is 3x, then we'll have our sign, and 22 minus 11. So we will have it as 22 minus 11, right? So solving it further, this will be 3. Over here, we'll have our sign, and this will be 3x. Again, we'll have our sign, and this will be 11, right? Then on the same lines, I'll divide by 3. So it will give me 1. We'll have our sign, x, and this over here, and this will give me 11 upon 3, right? So this is the answer over here. So if I write it in terms of intervals, it will be 11 by 3 like this, right? So let's move on to the next question, question number 7. Now, if you read the question from question number 7 to 10 onwards, what it says, solve the inequalities and represent the solution graphically on the number line. And you can observe we have a comma between the first and second inequalities. So moving on to question number 7, what we have over here, the question says we have to solve it graphically on the number line. So I have drawn a number line over here. So if I solve this particular question further, now let's see what we will get over here. So 5x plus 1 greater than minus 24. So what I'll do next, I'll just write 1 to the other side. So it will give me 5x greater than minus 25, right? Then solving it further will give me x. I have to divide by 5. So it will give me minus 5, right? So I've got this answer as x is greater than 5, minus 5, right? So this is for the first part. Now after the comma, we have the second part. So that will solve. So it will give me 5x is strictly less than 24 plus 1. So it will give me 25. Now further, we'll have x is strictly less than 5, right? Now what I have to do, I have to find the common answer for this as well as for this. So what we will do is, we will just draw a line arrow indicating this particular thing. So x is greater than minus 5 means I'll have my minus 5 over here. Let's first of all draw x is less than 5. So we will have our minus 5 and 5 over here. So if this is 5 and if this is minus 5, right? So over here we will have minus 4. So we will have minus 4 and we will have minus 5, right? So this is minus 4 and minus 5, right? Then if I draw the line, it will be like this. So if x is less than 5 means 5 and less. And now what I'll have, I'll just have a circle. I'll just draw a line first of all. So it will be a line from 5, since it is less. So it will go like this, right? And we will have it in this particular direction, right? And I'll have a circle on top of it indicating that this particular point is not included, right? Now similarly for x greater than minus 5, I'll have a line here and it will go like this. Now what is the common region between both? So this is the common region between both. So our answer, if we would have interpreted, would have been minus 5 x 5. In terms of bracket, this would have been 5 and 5. So this is how we will represent it graphically, right? Moving on to next question, I'll do question number 10 so that the things are further clear. So what we have in question number 10 is we have 5 into 2x minus 7. So if I multiply by 5, this will give me 10x and we will have it as minus 35 and we have it as minus 3 into 2 will give me 6x and further minus 9, right? 3 into 3. So this particular thing is less than equal to 0, right? So if I solve this, so 10x minus 6x will give me 4x further if I solve, and this will give me 35 minus 9, minus 35 minus 9 will give me minus 44. So we will have it like this and the sign and we have 0, right? So further this will be 4x, this particular sign and 44. So if I solve it further, this will give me x less than equal to dividing by 4 will give me 11. So this is my first part. If I go to the second part, so this will be, if I move 2x to the other side and 47 to this side, so it will be minus 47 and we will have plus 19 and we will have our sign less than equal to 6x minus 2x will give me 4x, right? So this will give me minus and this will give me 26 less than equal to 4x, right? This will be 28, sorry. This will give me 28. So if we proceed further, solving this, we'll get x is less than equal to 11 and x is greater than equal to minus 7. So if I plot it on the number line, if 11 is like this, since it is less than equal to on both the sides, so I will darken up the circle that I'll make. So if it is x is less than, it means it will go towards this orange line represent x is less than equal to 11 and this black line represent x is greater than equal to minus 7. Both the circles, just see I have darkened, reason being we have to take both the circles, both the points, right? So this particular answer can be represented in this way. Like I can write my answer as minus 7 to minus 11, right? So this is also one of the way of writing, and this is how we can represent it graph. Moving on to the statement problems. Now, if I read the question, like question number 11, it says a solution is to be kept between 68 to 77 degree Fahrenheit. What is the range in temperature in degrees Celsius if the Celsius Fahrenheit conversion formula is given by this? So I have written it over here. Just see, F is between 68 and 77, right? Now, if I put F as 9c upon 5 plus 32, I'll get this. 32 is plus over here. So if I subtract it on both the sides, I'll get over here. Over here, I'll just get 36. And strictly less than, I'll have my 9c over here. Again, it is strictly less than. And if I subtract this, it will be 45 here, right? So further, what we will do, we will divide by 4. So I'll just get this particular thing as this. So C is between 4 to 5, right? So this is how we will be solving these particular question. Moving on to the next question, question number. So over here, if I read question number 12, it says we have a solution of 8% boric acid. So over here, if I take boric acid solution, let's take it like this. So we have 8% boric acid solution over here, and it is to be diluted by adding 2% of the boric acid solution. So we have 2% over here. So we have 2 bottles. In one, we have 8% boric acid. It means the total solution. Rest of the thing is water. The acid content is 8% in one bottle. In the second bottle, the acid content is 2%. If we are mixing it, I am getting a resulting mixture. Over here, in the resulting mixture, the acid content should be more than 4%, but it should be less than 2%. It should be less than 6%, right? So it should be less than 6%, and otherwise it is more than 4%, right? So it is like this. Now, if we have 640, this particular over here, I know the quantity is 640 liters, and over here I don't know the quantity. Let it be X, right? Now, what I have to do, how many liters of this have to be added? Now, it means I have to find the value of X, right? So what constraint, what conditions we will have? So we will have it like this. Let's write it over here. So what we'll have, 4%. 4% means it will be 4 into 640. Total content will be 640, and this will be plus X over here. This whole thing will be divided by 100 because we have the total percentage as 100. This will be strictly less than what? What is the acid content over here? We have 8%. So it means 8 into 640 and the whole divided by 100, right? And in addition to this, plus what is the acid content in the other? So it is 2x upon 100. Now this should again be less than what? 6%. So it means what? 6, and we have total of what? 640. Total of the acid content, right? So again it is divided by 100, right? So now the thing is clear, I guess. This is 4% of the total is less than 8% of what we are focusing on, the acid content. So acid content of the total mixture is 4% and of the whole mixture is 6%. So it is between 4 and 6, and in between what we have the acid content of the 2 bottles, right? So if I solve it further, what we will do, first thing that we'll have is we will cancel 100 from all the sides, right? So if I cancel 100 from all the sides, what will I have? I'll simply have 4 into 640 like this plus 4x, right? Then we'll have strict less than, this will be 8 into 640, right? And we will have plus 2x, right? Then this, again we'll have 6 into 640, and we'll have this as plus 6x, right? So cancelling 100 will give me what? It will help me in doing this particular question easily, right? So what we will do now, we will not be solving this on a whole. I'll just take the first part. First part, what means? I'll just take 4 into part. So I'll just take 4 into 640 minus what? 8 into 640. I have not multiplied it. Just observe carefully. This is strictly less than what? 2x minus 4x, right? So I have just taken half of the inequality. So over here, if I take 640 common, so if I take 640 common, within bracket what we'll have? 4 minus 8. So this way the calculation becomes easy, right? Over here we can write it as minus 2x, right? So further if we solve, what we will have? We'll have 640 into minus of 4, right? Strictly less than what? Minus 2x. Now if we divide by minus, what we'll have? The sign of the inequality will get inverted. So we will have it as 640 into 4 divided by 2, right? So solving it further, what we will get? We will just get this as x is less than 1280, right? So solving the other part of the inequality, what we will get? Let's see. Let's see what we will get if we solve the other part of the inequality the same way we will do. We'll just write 8 into 640 minus, this will be minus 6 into 640. Then we will have strictly less than sign, 6x minus 6x minus 2x, right? So the central part will go to both the sides. So first we have solved this particular part. Now if we solve this particular part over here, so we will get for this particular thing. So it will be, if we solve it further, this will be, if I take 640 common again, we will have 8 minus 6 within brackets, and this will be again strictly less than 4x, right? So solving it further will give me what? It will be 640 into, if I subtract, I'll get 2, strictly less than 4x. So if we solve it further, what we will have? We will have it as 640 into 2 divided by 4 is strictly less than x, right? So if we solve it further, what we will get? If we solve this further, so this will be 640 divided by 2, that will be 320 is strictly less than x. So what does it mean? If I conclude my final answer, it means 320 is strictly less than x is strictly less than 1280. So what does it mean? The quantity, what was our question? The question was how many liters? So it means we have to take the 2% solution of acid between 320 to 1280 liters, right? So moving on to the next question. Let's see what we have in the next question. The next question says how many liters of water will have to be added. So now instead of this particular thing, now what we have to do, we have to add the water content, right? So if we have to add the water content, what effect will it have? So now what I have 2 bottles. In one bottle, I have 1125 liters quantity and the acid content is 45%. In the other, I don't know how much water I have to take. What is the acid content of the water? It is 0%, right? So that the resulting mixture. Now, if I'm making a particular mixture, what we will do? We will just have a resulting mixture. The total quantity will be 1125 plus x, and this particular resulting mixture should be more than 25% and it should be less than 30%, right? So over here, as we did in this particular question, on the same lines, we will have for that particular question. Now, what will be the difference? If I'm taking 25% of the total. So what is it? 1125 and that will be plus x, right? Now, this is divided by what? 100 because it is in percentage, right? Now, when I say it is strictly less than what? Strictly less than what? What is the acid content? It is 45%. 45% of what? 1125 and divided by what? 100. So that is the acid content of the 45% solution. Now, if I say what is the acid content of the water? It is 0. So 0 into x. So it will be 0 into x divided by 100, right? Similarly, this will be strictly less than what? 30%. 30% of what? 30% of 1125 plus x. So what is the difference in this particular question over here? That since we don't have the other acid, the acid content of the water is 0. So that is why the contribution over here is 0. So again, we will solve it on the same lines. as we did the previous question. So it is 1125. I'll just take plus 25x. We will, so solving it further. So I'll just write 25x on one side and 1125 if I take common from this as well as from this. Just see here. So it will be 45 minus 25 and the same thing for the other part. So 1125 I take common from this as well as from this, it will be 45 minus 30, right? So solving it further will give me x is strictly less than 1125 into what we will have, 45 minus 25 will be 20 divided by 25. So if we solve this, we'll solve it, and then over here for the second part, 1125 into this will be 45 minus 30, this will be 15, and this whole divided by 30 is strictly less than x, right? So solving it further, what we will get, x is strictly less than, so if we divide, this will come out to be, solving this further, we will get x is less than 900, and for this we will get over here, so divided by 2, this will be 56, and this will be 2.5, strictly less than x, right? So finally, if we conclude, we will say 562.5 is strictly less than x is strictly less than 900, right? So what we were supposed to do, we were supposed to find the content of water or the quantity of water that we'll be using. So we'll be using it between this particular liters, right? So moving on to the next question, what we will have, just read the next question, what it says. It says the IQ of a person is given by this. And we know the IQ range. On to question number 14. It says the IQ formula is given by MA upon CA into 100, where MA is the mental age and CA is the chronological age. Chronological age is the age that passes in years, like the age that we have, like your current age can be 16 or 17. That is the chronological age. So IQ is, the range of IQ is given between 80 to 140. What we have to find? We have to find for a 12-year-old, what is the range of their mental age, right? So chronological age is given to be 12 years. So what we will do, we will just write over here. So we have 80. IQ is given between, so we can write the formula of IQ, that is MA into 100. MA into 100 upon CA. So CA is 12 over here, right? So again, it is less than equal to what? 140. So we will be using, just we will be solving it up. It will look like this. So we will just multiply by 12. So 12 into 80. This is strictly less than equal to MA into 100, less than equal to 140 into 12, right? So further what we will do, we will just write 12 into 80 divided by 100. So less than equal to MA and less than equal to 140 into 12 divided by what? 100, right? So solving this, you will get the mental age of a 12-year-old child, right? So with this, keep on practicing the questions. Stay at home, stay healthy.